So this isn't the first one of these that we have gotten in, but it is the first time we are having the opportunity to take an in-depth look at the specs and standard features that come on the Kubota L3301 and the Yanmar YT235. It's exciting because these tractors are considered to be in the exact same categories, while the Kubota with the premium features, we have a cost of over $26,500, while with the Yanmar, with all the standard features, we have a cost of $22,250. That's over a $4,000 difference. So is it worth it? Let's find out. So before we go into the specs, let's talk about some of the standout features that these tractors both have. They both have a front loader that comes with quick disconnect capabilities, as well as a skid steer style quick attach. They both are two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive selectable, and they both have hydrostatic transmissions with 3 ranges that can have the option for a backhoe. Now the Yanmar does come with the cab option. However, I couldn't find a cab option for this particular L series tractor and the Kubota website, so I'm assuming that it does not come with the cab. Now the Yanmar does have a lot more premium features standard than the Kubota L3301, such as cruise control, a premium loader joystick positioning, so like right there next to your arm, standard hydrostatic transmission, a premium seat, a 10-year warranty, just to name a few. These are all typically upgradable features on most of the Kubota tractors. I think basically all of those are actually upgradable features that you can get on the Kubota. However, some of you might be wondering how I got to the price of $27,000 for this Kubota. And I basically went onto Kubota's website. I put in similar standard features that come on the Yanmar. So that includes four-wheel drive, that includes a front end loader, it also includes cruise control, and it includes the extended warranty. It does not include the joystick positioning. I couldn't find that anywhere on their website, and that's pretty much the only thing that this tractor has particularly over this tractor. Now this specific L3301 that we have here, the price that we're selling this for is $18,450. It is a used tractor, but nonetheless it's going to be very similar to what you're going to be seeing when you go to that Kubota dealership. It does have a hydrostatic transmission. It does have a differential lock, just like the Yanmar tractor. It is four-wheel drive selectable, so it's pretty much spec'd out the same way that I spec'd out the tractor on the website that Kubota has. The next thing I want to state before we go into the standard features on the Kubota L3301 and the Yanmar YT235 is that you can find this L3301 in package deals for much better prices than what Kubota is listing them at. The $22,000 price point that comes for the Yanmar YT235, that's pretty much going to be similar across all of your dealers. It might go up or down a little bit depending on the time of year and those types of things. Yanmar does not, however, provide pricing on their website, whereas Kubota does offer that pricing, but it wouldn't be surprising if you were able to find the L3301 spec'd out just like this at a dealer for actually less expensive, right? Whether it's a 2019 model or whatever the other reason is, maybe they're biting the cost. So now let's dive into some of the standard features that come on both of these tractors, the Kubota L3301 and the Yanmar YT235. So I'm going to start with the Kubota. We have a total length of 110.6 inches and a width of 55.1 inches and a wheelbase of 63.3 inches with a ground clearance of 13.4 inches. The Yanmar is going to be just a little bit longer at 116.9 inches, a little bit wider with a width of 58.3 inches, and a little bit less ground clearance of 10.8 inches. Now on to the engine and transmission specifications for both the Kubota and the Yanmar tractor. The engine for the Kubota is going to be 33 horsepower with 3-cylinder liquid-cooled diesel engine, and that is going to be a Kubota diesel engine. The engine on the Yanmar is going to be a 35 horsepower 3-cylinder liquid-cooled Yanmar diesel engine, and both are going to have hydrostatic transmission with 3 ranges. Both have a PTO power of 27 horses. The Kubota has a fuel tank of 11 gallons, and the Yanmar has a fuel tank of 8 gallons. However, the interlink technology, the engine, transmission, front axle, and final drive, all being designed specifically together, allow this Yanmar to actually conserve a lot more fuel, and Yanmars across the board tend to be really fuel efficient. We do have a rated RPM speed of 2,700 RPMs for the Kubota and 2,800 RPMs for the 235. So now let's go into some of the lifting specifications for both the Kubota L3301 and the Yanmar YT235. The 3-point lift type for both of these is going to be a Category 1, as you'd expect, being in that compact tractor category. Our main pump capacity for both tractors, the Kubota is 6.8 gallons per minute and the Yanmar is 7.1 gallons per minute. A 3-point lift capacity on the Yanmar is 1,764 pounds. And the 3-point lift capacity on the Kubota is rated at 1,433 pounds. And that is going to be 24 inches behind the pivot pins. So our lifting capacity all the way to full height is as follows: 1,131 pounds for the Kubota and 1,300 pounds for the Yanmar. So the Yanmar lifting a few hundred pounds more across the board. We do have a lifting height of 94.3 inches on the Kubota and 84 inches on the Yanmar. So the Kubota being about 10 inches taller in loader height than the Yanmar. We do have a dump clearance of 76.2 inches for the Kubota and 60 inches for the Yanmar. Okay, now for the lifting times of both of these tractors. Starting with Yanmar, we have a lowering time of 1.6 seconds, a lifting time of 2.6 seconds, a dumping time of 1 second, a rollback time of 1.5 seconds. And for the Kubota, we have a lowering time of 2.3 seconds, a lifting time of 3.5 seconds, a dumping time of 1.7 seconds, and a rollback time of 2.2 seconds. So pretty much the Yanmar is about 1 second faster in all of these categories, 1 to 1.5 second faster in each of these categories. Dumping time is going to be just about the closest, as well as your rollback time is going to be pretty similar. All right, so now let's go into the design and ergonomics of both the Kubota L3301 and the Yanmar YT235. Now, there's no denying that the Kubota is definitely a more popular tractor in the United States as of today. Pretty much everybody that's going to be going out shopping for a tractor, they're going to quickly come across a Kubota or and they're already going to know about a John Deere. However, the interesting thing about the Yanmar tractor is that they only have 6 tractors, right, in the United States market. They have some other tractors where they're actually designed in Japan. Now these tractors are manufactured in Georgia, so they are really close and we do get parts really, really easily. And then Kubota has a similar type of story where Kubota also builds their own engine and that type of thing. But with the Yanmar, the thing that kind of makes them unique from a design perspective is that they have 6 tractors in the United States market, and each of those tractors have the most premium standard features that you could want on any tractor out there, right? The only upgradable features that you're probably going to be wanting on any of these tractors possibly is going to be front and rear remotes, and then sometimes a cab, which you can get on the 35 horsepower and above. But other than that, we sell them all with front loaders. Not every dealer does. It just kind of depends on what most customers in that area are using their tractor for. In our area, front loaders are a really big thing for our customers, so all of our tractors just come standard with those. But as far as the overall design and look of the Yanmar tractors, they have nice rubber mats. They have a front end loader joystick in a very premium position, and that front loader is also going to have a front loader lock. The steering wheel is actually a tilting steering wheel, and it does have a digital display as well. I really like the digital display that comes on the Yanmar YT235 specifically. It has the forward reverse pedal style for the hydrostatic control, so you're going to have two separate pedals right next to each other. It is going to have a four-wheel drive selectable right down there next to your diff lock. So those extra capabilities are both in the same area, right underneath right on your left side, so that it's going to be really easy and quick for you to access. And I like that it's on the opposite side of the front loader joystick, because chances are you're going to be using that front loader joystick with the right arm most of the time. And then you do also have your 3 ranges that you can choose from, and then your PTO options as well, right over there on your left-hand side. So all of the main like changing and capability is going on that left-hand side. Now on the right-hand side, it's more about control of the tractor. So you have that front end loader joystick, and then you also have the raising and lowering of the 3-point hitch, and then you have your PTO on off, and then your button that will allow you to operate your PTO in reverse. It's just an orange button that if you hold it down, you can operate your PTO in reverse. Now if you've already seen my Yanmar tractor review, a lot of this is going to be repetitive information, but hopefully the videos are getting a little bit better, so maybe this is bringing to light a few more things that you didn't see before if you have already seen that video. We are also going to have cruise control as well on that right hand side. You just tap the lever up and it's going to automatically put it into cruise. So overall, the Yanmar just looks really nice, and all of these features come standard on the YT235. And I just really like how there's nice big compartments. That's always something that I'm a huge fan of. I like that they do have glass right up here at the front. That's partially because, or it's actually plexiglass. That's partially because it does have a cab option. That cab kind of fits right here in this grille guard that you see that pops up. That Kubota does not have that, so I'm assuming that it does not come in that cab. But if you know of a cab for it, leave it in the comments down below. That way anybody that's looking for the tractor can find it. Other than that, there's just some really nice things that come on the tractor, like a Pto Shield. Your front loader design is going to be really ergonomic. It has a stand that automatically comes down when you're trying to take the front loader off. And the standard skid steer style quick attach has a nice design to it as well. I like the handles. They're heavy duty, they're spring loaded. All in all, they're going to be easy. It's going to be easy to get on and off your bucket and on and off your front loader. Now the Grille Guard does have 2 options. It can go forward or backwards. Both of these tractors are going to have a Grille Guard. Opening up the hood is nice and easy for this guy, and he's going to have a very compact engine as well. All of the fuel filters, water separator, oil cap, all of those things are right here on the right hand side of the tractor. If you lift this front loader all the way up, you maximize your access to all of these components. You can also just take your front loader off completely, and that'll make it really easy when it comes to servicing your tractor. Air filters right up front. We have 2 or 3 filters right here for your radiator. And all in all, it's a nice, compact, but easy to access engine. So that pretty much covers it for the Yanmar YT235. Now let's talk about the design and ergonomics that come on this L3301 as it stands. So we do not have rubber mats on this tractor. However, there are grooves in the metal to allow a little bit of grip for you. Those are definitely something that you can upgrade and get on one of these tractors. We have a front loader control in a position that's not going to be the most idealized, but it is going to be more of an economic design decision. One thing that people do brag about on the Kubotas is that it does have an all-steel body, whereas this Yanmar does have an all-steel body on the 235. But when you get to the 424 and the 324, the 24 horsepower tractors and the 21 horsepower tractors, we do have plastic bodies just because it makes it easier to replace. And we haven't really found that there's been a lot of damage that customers have experienced because of that plastic. Now, on to some of the more design and ergonomics on the Kubota. The forward and reverse hydrostatic pedal is actually going to be toe to heel operated. If you've been doing your research, you've probably already come across that this is how they do it. Go test it out for yourself. Test out both of the options and see which one you like best. I personally like the forward and reverse pedal. It's just a lot less strenuous on my heel. I never know whether or not I should just keep my foot completely on the pedal or be taking it off and going forward and reverse with my heel. But I'm sure it's one of those things you get used to as you go along. There is a clutch on the Kubota where there is not on the Yanmar 235. And then your brake is right here next to your forward and reverse hydrostatic pedals. Whereas the brake is going to be on the left-hand side and your pedals are going to be on the right-hand side for the Yanmar tractor. Now, on both of these tractors, you are going to have emissions. And the Kubota tractor, all in all, it doesn't have a tilting steering wheel or anything like that. That's not a huge issue. I do really like the Yanmar steering wheel a lot more than the Kubota steering wheel. The Yanmar steering wheel has more grip to it, and all in all just looks a lot better. Same as the Yanmar, you're also going to have your 3-point raising and lowering right over there on your right hand side, and then you're going to have your 3 ranges selectable on the left hand side, cruise control, and then you do have a diff lock as well. Oh, and then you have for your PTO on off, it is going to be this little lever style, which is simple enough to use. The button does feel a little bit better in the hand. There's no doubt about that. So it's a very similar engine orientation. It's a very similar form factor to the Yanmar tractor. There are obviously some main differences with where the computer is located and all that good stuff. Your air filter is right up there up front, and then you do have some radiator filters in here as well that you can just slide out and clean out. There's some plastic coverings that you need to unbolt in order to access like some of the fuel filters and that kind of stuff. The water separator is actually closer to your feet, and you know, all of this stuff is going to be fairly easy to access. There's really no problems here. So at the end of the day, both of these tractors are flagship tractors and both come with that flagship price point. However, the Yanmar, for all of its standard features, comes in at a price that's much more affordable than the Kubota. However, the Kubota tractor is obviously more well known than the Yanmar, and if you only have one dealer around you, it's more likely to be a Kubota dealer, and having a reliable dealer is a big factor if you're in the market looking for one of these tractors. And if you have both a Yanmar and a Kubota dealer near you, consider the Yanmar as well as that Kubota. Try to get behind the wheel of both and take a test drive and see for yourself which tractor is right for you, because at the end of the day, that is what matters most. But if there's one thing to take away from this video, it's that there's no denying that Yanmar is putting the heat on when it comes to their subcompact and compact tractor line. So that's it for this episode. Please like and subscribe to our channel to support our mission for this channel, which is to provide useful and factual information to our community to help you when it comes to shopping for your next tractor, mower, or piece of equipment. If you're an enthusiast, we hope that you find our channel helpful and entertaining. Until next one, have a great day and God bless.